Hi friends, I'm in my studio today and I don't know about where you live, but it has been so dry around here and it finally rained yesterday and we got a lot of rain and the temperature started cooling off and I got my Halloween decorations up, my fall decorations, and I wanted to show you. I'm going to paint this guy today. Isn't he cute? This came from my husband's aunt, and I just thought that I would paint him today in a fall scene in my sketchbook. If you'd like to see me paint him and a few other pumpkins in my sketchbook, stick around. And I was looking on the bottom of when this was made. It says Avery Creations. So, 1993. So I think that's what I'm going to paint today. I was trying to think of like a composition. I had this over here and then this on the side, but I really didn't like that. So I put this bigger pumpkin here. I think that flows better. And plus you can see the white pumpkin better with the darker pumpkin in the back. So that's what I'm going to be doing in my sketchbook today. What I'm using, I've got Mars Black, Titanium White, Naphthol Crimson, Hooker's Green, Burnt Umber, I believe, and then Yellow Ochre. So I'm just wetting my brush, and I'm using a round brush. I don't even know where this came from. Honestly, I'm not big on brands of brushes. It doesn't matter to me. I usually do use synthetic hair for the acrylics though. So I'm just using the yellow, brown, and a little bit of white mixed together. I just want to kind of sketch with my brush and do a layout. One thing I have noticed about my work is that over the years, I was really all about trying to be perfect in my work, trying to make it look picture perfect. And I just found that when I did that, I just didn't feel good. Like my body was, I was so tired after I tried to make it look so picture perfect. And it took me days to finish something. And I just thought, I just don't like how this feels anymore. So I've really been trying to loosen up in my work. And if you notice when I use my paintbrush, how far down the brush I'm holding. And I feel like that helps to make it more loose. I feel like if I put my hands down more towards the bristles of the brush, that's when I start to tighten in and try to make it look perfect. So I'm really trying to loosen up. Another thing about, I feel like when I've decided that I wanted to loosen up, it somehow brings a different energy to my work now. I like it to feel lively, energetic, playful, and just let go of what it's supposed to look like. And plus, this is my sketchbook. So, unless I want someone to see it, they're really not going to see it. So, this is like my study. So, that's what a sketchbook is for. And honestly, I feel like I've been using my sketchbook, honestly, just for me. And that's what, you know, I think that we should. It's a practice. We're experimenting, and it's just for us. And if we want someone to see it, then we will show them. But otherwise, just be you. All right, so I pretty much have my layout here, and maybe at the end I'll do some type of lettering or something. So I have primary yellow, white, and some yellow ochre. Just gonna wet my brush a little. It's getting kind of dry. Sometimes I use an acrylic medium. I guess it just all depends, but water for now is fine. So one thing I love about acrylic is that it dries so quickly. I used to paint in oils, and when I first started painting, that's what I was taught with was oil paint. And then in high school, during art classes, we would use oil paint, and then switched over to acrylic. And I didn't like acrylic at first because it dried way too fast, but I love it now. I'm so impatient. And I guess when I was making art when the kids were little, I really relied on the quickness of acrylic because I really didn't have much time when the kids were little to, mess around with oil paint. But I recently tried some oil paint, and that did not go well. My throat started to get itchy, and I just, yeah, thought, what is going on? Why do I feel like this? And I was using the turpentine, the no odor turpentine, and the oil paint, and I think I had some linseed oil as well, but it just really messed with me. So I think I'm maybe allergic to oil paint. So I'm doing the little pumpkin here, and I'm see where the light's hitting it, and I'm making it a little bit lighter. So I'm still using the primary yellow. Now I picked up some uh, burnt sienna, and I'm just gonna start putting in the indentations of the pumpkin. Using just the brown for the stem. And see, I'm coming down on my brush a little bit more because I want it to be more controlled when I'm doing the stem. Gonna jump over to Mr. Scarecrow's hat. So I'm using the yellow ochre and the brown. Now I'm going to start on the larger pumpkin, so I'm going to pick up some crimson with the yellow ochre. And I'm using some brown with the black, a little bit of water to do the stem on the orange pumpkin. Now I'm going to move on to Little Miss Spider. So her eyes are like got a reddish tint to them. So I mixed a little bit of the crimson with white. Let's make her eyes a little bit more pink. And Mr. Scarecrow's nose is a pink color too. Now I'm going to move on to his hair. So I'm mixing some yellow ochre with the crimson again with a little bit more white and a touch of yellow in there. Okay, I'm back. I realized that I need to get another battery for my camera because it seems to be going out way too fast. That's going to have to be my next purchase, is to get a new battery for this camera. Anyway, while I was looking at this, I noticed that I want to get the Scarecrow's hat just a little bit darker. So I'm going to be mixing some brown and black. That's better. And since the hat has like this basket weave, I'm gonna try to recreate that. The spider's eyes. I think I want them kind of like looking at each other. So I'm gonna make her eyeballs like she's looking down. And then make his nose look like he's looking up. So I've got a little bit of the black watered down, and so I'm going to hold my brush at the end and just do his squiggly smile. I'm going to do a little bit of a shadow at the edge here. I'm going to do a little bit of the shadow around the basket weave of his hat. That way it jumps out a little bit more. And down around at the bottom of his hat. And hair. Alright, so I think I'm pretty much finished with the painting part, and so I have these Caran d'Ache luminance pencils. I love these. They I don't know, they're permanent color pencils, so they're not water soluble, but I just love them. And I love to play with them in my sketchbook, so that's what I'm going to do today. And I'm going to start out probably, I would say maybe with this reddish brown, and it is burnt sienna. So I hope you liked that video. I'm a new channel here on YouTube, and I'm trying to figure out what kind of content to put out there. Do you like to see process videos? If you do, leave a comment and let me know. And also, if you would please like and subscribe to my channel, that will really help me out a lot. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.